The tragic death of the 6-year-old child Bebe King in Southport following the horrific knife attack at the Taylor Swift-themed dance class must have shaken everybody, the community, the nation. The impact of this senseless act of violence goes far beyond the immediate grief of the family. It touches the hearts of everyone who has heard the story. And Bebe's parents, Lauren and Ben King, have now spoken about the heartbreaking clarity of the devastation of their loss, what it has done to their lives. They've said how their world has been shattered by the death of their youngest daughter, describing Bebe as a child full of joy, light, and love. And their tribute paints a picture of a beloved daughter who brought happiness to everyone she met and who will be forever remembered as a shimmering star. In the middle of their grief, the Kings also highlighted the extraordinary bravery of their elder daughter, Jeannie, who witnessed the attack and managed to escape. The courage shown by Jeannie, only 9 years old, in such a traumatic situation is a testament to her strength and the deep bond she shared with her sister. As the family now faces the painful journey of mourning and healing, they've drawn comfort from the overwhelming support shown by their community and beyond. The outpouring of love, symbolized by pink lights, flowers, and heartfelt messages, has been a source of solace during this unimaginably difficult time. However, the tragedy has also unleashed this wave of violence and hate, with far-right groups seizing on false information about the identity of the suspect to incite riots across the country and eclipse the real tragedy that has been going on. These selfish demonstrations marked by attacks on ethnic minorities and the spreading of racist rhetoric are a disturbing reminder of how easily grief can be manipulated into hate, and how, what we are talking about this weekend, for the most part, is not the 3 little girls who were killed in this senseless attack, but Nigel Farage, Andrew Tate, and Tommy Robinson. These mindless individuals have taken over the real story. It's deeply troubling how such a heinous crime can have been used to fuel further violence, particularly against communities that have no connection at all to the events in Southport. The actions of these groups are not only reprehensible but entirely counterproductive. As the Kings have called for peace and healing, it's vital, surely, that their wishes are respected. The family, and indeed the whole community, deserves a space to grieve without the additional burden of the social unrest which Farage and his cronies seem to have at least wolf-whistled into existence. The events surrounding this tragedy underscore the need for responsible discourse, particularly in times of crisis, and the spreading of misinformation, the use of inflammatory language by public figures, even if they're simply asking questions. It's not their job to ask questions, it's their job to provide unity, to provide answers, and to encourage cohesion. Figures like Musk, Farage, and others who have stoked divisive sentiments must bear responsibility for the environment that they have helped to create, one where grief and tragedy are exploited for their own political gain and ascendance. In a time of such profound loss, the focus should be on supporting the families affected and rejecting the forces of division, and that's not what we've seen. The violent protests that have erupted in response to the crime do nothing to honour the memory of Bebe, Elsie, and Alice, innocent children whose lives were cut tragically short. Instead of responding with anger and hate, communities should have come together to offer love, support, and solidarity to those who need it most. Farage should have been there to support. Instead, he's driven up hate, and now he's run out of the country. What a pathetic, minuscule individual he is, powered by his own self-importance. So as we reflect on the tragedy, it's crucial to remember that the true legacy of these young lives should be one of compassion and unity, not of further division. The King's words remind us of the importance of love in the face of unimaginable pain. Our hearts are broken, but we find some comfort in knowing that Bebe was so deeply loved by all who knew her. In their darkest hour, I think we should honour the family's wishes by standing against hate and violence, and by allowing the family the peace they so desperately need to begin healing.